We try to bridge the gap between urban greening and placemaking. What we need is another tool in the toolkit of urban greening to really accelerate city greening. It's about community well-being. We spoke about the value of nature and how having it in our city. You're probably asking yourself, what is this guy wearing this strange hat on his head? And the answer is, now we're going to talk about urban greening, bringing the nature in the city. Now, show of hands, who likes to be out in nature and understands the value of nature? Awesome. Well, sounds like we're in the right room. So urban greening is what we're going to talk about. I better grab my clicker. So what we do here, I'm here representing Urban Canopy and Plantabox. And what we do is we bring nature in the city where it is kind of tricky to do so, typically. So I'll take you through why I mean that. Before, I'd like to take you back to when you guys were kids. Do you remember that first interaction with nature? When that amazement that you had. You might have all felt it again, seeing the animals in there, the native Australian animals. And even today, going back to nature recharges us, rejuvenates us. It is now scientifically proven that the more you take humans away from nature, the more issues you've got around mental health, physical health. This is something called biophilia for those interested. And you must all be very, very happy to now be locked in that beautiful room without any light from the sun, without any fresh air, without any plants. Isn't that cool? This is what we're going for. Bringing a maximum amount of nature in the city. I know Lord Mayor of Melbourne would love that picture. This is an artist's rendering of what the city of Melbourne could be. Now the challenge is our cities were not designed to accommodate more nature. So we have parks and trees and nature strips, but go beyond that. It's really, really hard to actually add more nature. There's plenty of services running underground, there's subway, there's car parks, and to really do it properly, you need deep soil to actually plant. So really what we need is another tool in the toolkit of urban greening to really accelerate city greening and get to the targets that we're all talking about. We talk about circularity, we talk about EVs, and there's so much to be done. But as far as urban greening goes, we need another toolkit. And this is what we came up with, which we call floating gardens, which is about bringing nature in a way that you don't actually need to dig the ground, where it actually can sit on top of the existing hardscape. Whereby we actually take a plaza, like you can see on the screen, and literally without any machine, without any excavating, just add a layer of green. And how that works through the combination of what's called a water reservoir and wicking system, whereby we put and I'll change that to bring the visual back. We bring an entire layer of water reservoir above ground, which is entirely modular, with a layer of soil on top of it where we can plant. The structure there, you might have seen it yesterday night at the event, full of light, and back inside here today, which is a structure to grow climbing plants on to create shade and cooling without having to dig the ground. So the combination of the two companies that I represent here, Urban Canopy and Plantabox, really put together that full suite solution to bring what we call above ground landscaping. And we understand that as far as what does that do to the city, well, it's talking about climate resilience. Climate change is here. We understand that nature is the best way to tackle urban heat island and to actually cool the city down, which is an issue which is going to become increasing, which is already very real in Darwin, not so much in Hobart yet, but we're definitely getting there. It's about community well-being. We spoke about the value of nature and how having it in our city is so important. People feel better. It's about community, creating community cohesiveness, We know that more nature in the city reduces unruly behaviors. So it's really about all this, and biodiversity. Sorry, we didn't speak about biodiversity, but it's so important too. So I'm just going to take you through a few examples of what that looks like in real life. So we had the city of Horsham in Western Victoria that came to us and said, hey, we need to do something well on Main Street. A, it doesn't look pretty good, and B, we need to activate that place. So we come at it not only from an environmental standpoint, but really from a community focusing point in that you might have all heard about placemaking. And so we try to bridge a gap between urban greening and placemaking to create areas, spaces that are bringing nature into the city, but in a way that is conducive to community building. So Horsham came to us, we said, yep, we can help, and this is what it ended up looking like. So creating areas where you get seating, you can actually transform a street without having to dig the ground. So you understand that from a budget perspective, it is also far cheaper, because that entire garden that you see here was built in literally 2 days. So it's a bit longer than Rome, but not far. So another one here, laneways, same thing, Bathurst in New South Wales. We came in and added a bit more nature so that we have a massive intake then in people coming in and enjoying the space. Another one was Wollongong. This one has been a massive success. We're Wollongong in the CBD mall. We actually ended up creating a massive garden. So that entire area that you see here is built with little trays, modular trays, that we put end to end to create that entire area where we can put turf, where we can put planter, where we can put bush, being native or not. So we combine the knowledge of horticulture, the knowledge of placemaking, design, structural engineering to create that type of solution. Sydney Olympic Park was another pop-up urban greening activation that we did, just to show what's possible in the city of tomorrow to really try out. We've got councils essentially trying what urban greening, greening a space could look like to test community response, to then go, right, community likes it, let's just implement that and make it more permanent. What we do can be as temporary or as permanent as needs to be. We use quality equipment, recycled equipment, locally made, to also contribute towards sustainability in general. So that's it for me. I guess in closing, I will probably answer the burning question that all of you were probably asking yourself. What is this guy wearing this strange hat on his head? And the answer is to add a layer of green on my head in the same way that we do in our cities. Thank you very much.